It's all an illusion to play with anyways. If you know that you're not, I shouldn't say you, because I only know and speak from my own experience. So I only say I, because I basically black mirror myself all the time in my surroundings and in the laptop, everywhere where I go, I black mirror myself if I know how to see. So I'm not constructed out of the five elements because I left them. How do I have done this? Probably. But if I'm going to show you this, this is very, very powerful. And maybe this video is also like many others of my videos have been taken down from the YouTube. Why? Because they provide information of truth. And the truth hurts. But this is out of the five elements. Ooh, it's a swastika. This is Falun Gong Falun Dafa. And I really don't like to talk too much about it, because if I talk about it, I will probably put it into falsity. This is why I only read about the Tzuan Falun. In the past, I was reading about that, because otherwise I would give you my own view of things considering Falun Gong Falun Dafa, and this is basically not good, because this is putting falsity onto Falun Gong Falun Dafa. So I stopped better speaking about it. But yeah, out of the five elements. So this is also what I was trying to explain yesterday on the live stream about that my body is becoming permeable, or is becoming, everything is run through the system. I can see through things. I'm getting a wall hack. Does it mean I can see beyond the computer what is behind the computer? Maybe, maybe not. But it basically just means that I can imagine things that how they basically look, or what is behind certain things, because I know, for example, the room structure, and I just can travel in my mind back to certain places where I've been. Everybody can do it. It's not about, ooh, I can do this, you cannot. It's not about showing off. It's just about explaining that yeah, the body is able to just still be a normal society. And this is basically what it's about, because I cultivate myself in this society. So I'm not living in any kind of mountains. I'm not living in a cave and being, I'm not in India where I'm like, I only live out of prana. I'm only living from the sun. I mean, sure, it's working, probably. But I'm like, it's like what I also said, people are in this maze run and in this labyrinth of diet and deity, and it's very confusing. I think it's very confusing. I mean, it's like everybody thinks and claims, oh, I know the truth for certain. Well, the only thing that I know is my experience, right? Because this is what I talk about. I talk about my experience. And everybody's basically black mirroring themselves all the freaking time. And I'm not saying this over and over again until this message gets out. I'm not claiming that any kinds of things are working for you. It's only working for me. But I would guess that's maybe inspirational to you, and it's maybe also working for you. What am I talking about? Well, for example, the cultivation practice of Falun Gong, Falun Dafa, and I'm putting together a lot of different things, which basically have nothing to do with each other. I'm putting them together because it's my lifestyle. What do I'm also doing? For example, Again, this has nothing to do with Falun Gong from Dafra. DMSO, dimethyl sulfoxide. This is opening up your body, your vessel, so you become very permeable. Things can better be run through the system out of the 5 elements. Well, it's still an element, right? So it's still in the 5 elements. So it's basically not out of the 5 elements is basically only considered to Falun Gong from Dafa. So this is still operating in the 5 elements, right? This is aged urine. And the aged urine is still in the 5 elements, right? Even if we talk about the biggest spirituality and everything, still in the 5 elements. But I know my alchemy, and I know what's good for me. And your alchemy is what you ingest with your senses. It's the dense food that we eat, that I eat. It's the supplements that I take. It's the liquids that I drink. It's the air that I breathe. It's the sounds that I'm listening to. It's the things that I see. It's the stuff that I smell. And this is why I also talked about yesterday. It's maybe a sign of ascension to lose smell and taste, because I just don't care about it. Doesn't mean I don't smell or taste any things. Yeah, I'm still smelling and tasting things. I wasn't like smelling in my whole life very good. Like, can't remember that. But yeah, I'm still smelling, but I can't basically compare it because I'm not in your body, right? So what's the reference? But I just simply wasn't, like, in the past, before I was doing YouTube and everything, I wasn't really like taking too much care about that. And I was doing pretty well, actually. And then this whole spirituality thing came, and I was trying out different things, and the still waters, fasting, and it was great. It was a great experience. Great. Would I do it again? Yeah, sure, why not? But I think from my experience right now, it makes things very complicated, and it's not easy to get and stay on that track in normal working conditions and in everyday society. So this is why I choose to simply be like, yo, you know what? If you offer something to me, I take it. I consume it and I move on. Why? Because it's making things a lot easier for my mind. And people are like, yeah, but it's numbing you down. It's making you more dense, so you cannot concentrate. Well, true to a degree, but also true, not to a degree, because I'm still in that mind. I can't eat because if I'm eating, I lose my hyper awareness. Well, from my point of view, that's also attachment. But if I could also be on the complete opposite of, okay, this is nurturing me, this is great, and this is also attachment, because I think, it's like, oh, I need this food here, because if I'm not eating this, I'm not fueled, I have no energy. So everybody's presenting their shit, still all density. But what is like really doing all of the work? It's the mind. It's the mind. The mind is way more powerful than we think, than I think. Right? I try to really speak in I messages, not into you messages. So I know that I create with my mind. And this whole density aspect is very true, but it's also very not true. Because if I know my alchemy, I could ingest certain things after I've certainly ingested some things that will open up my body, and they will make it very easy to push it through. For example, urine. For example, DMSO. For example, OPC grapeseed extract. For example, L-arginine. For example, L-citrulline. Why? Because it's opening up my body. It's so everything can be run better through. Doesn't matter if it's darkness, density, or if it's light. So my mind is doing all of the work. It's my mind. I have to take care of my mind. If I'm not focusing on my mind, what I want to do, like I get my mind straight. I focus on the things that I want to create. And I know my shadow sides. I know my addictions. I know what maybe I should cut back. And it's hard to do that for me. Still doing it. Why? Because I'm trying to become friends with my shadows and integrate them into my life. Be open about that. You know, I showed you basically nearly everything that I'm ingesting. Certain things I cannot show here because then people would be like, "Oh, that's we have to take that down from the YouTube because is it illegal? Is it legal? I don't know. I don't give it any kind of like. I'm so open and true to like this whole freaking thing here, and I can't even like say certain things because I'm saying certain things. These videos will be taken down again, and it's like completely. We see how the system is. We see how it's working. We see what it is. And it's happy. I was seeing that in my junk mails actually. Then I get an email from the YouTubes which is saying, "Oh, sorry, we have to take your video down because you were speaking about certain things which are not in the proclamation of our community rules." It's like, okay, what is it that what I've said wrong? Well, if I'm saying that here again, probably this video will also be taken down, so I will not say. But see, this is how we basically now people have this problem with the mask. I'm even beyond that. I'm like, you know what? I'm a ninja. I compress every knowledge that I have inside. If you want me to wear a mask, you don't stop me with your completely dumb ass mask. I wear your mask. I'm fine with that. I take your shit. I'm still working on myself all internally. I compress all my knowledge and assets inside. It's like you, if you like, and I think this will also be like in the future. If I try to not to go against the system, but what I'm going to do is I compress my knowledge inside. Diamonds are made under pressure. Great, put more pressure on me. Put as much pressure as you can on me. And if you do it, you will basically help me to ascend and to become my greatest potential and my greatest version. And I will rise. But like I said yesterday, most people are breaking under. So yeah, this is how it is. Yeah, I'm just blackmailing myself here. I'm trying to explain what is maybe helping or what is not helping. But how can I help? What is it that you need are the two essential questions I figured out for myself if I really want to help. I don't know. Should I help? Should I not help? Are people even like watching these videos? I don't know. It's just a diary for myself, probably. To see where I am. And it's helping me. I don't care. It's helping me. It's helping me because I'm speaking openly about the things that I'm interested in. And if somebody feels like joining it, they can do it. Or every time, sure, here I am. If I can help out, ask me something. If I cannot help out, don't ask me something. But, so I think that's it for now. Truthfulness, compassion, tolerance. Thank you.